Hey everybody, Ohio gozaimasu, konnichiwa. It's me, Andre Salazar. It has been a while. I'll give you a quick update and we'll go into what we're going to talk about today. I've been gone for a little while and I've missed you. I've missed creating these videos. I was neck deep, eyeballs deep, and doing my art show. So a lot of painting, a lot of getting ready for that. That was May into June, into beginning of June. And then I went on a series of trips for research, always research. I went to 5 national parks in 5 days. Monument of the Valley, Zion, Arches, Yellowstone, and Grand Teton. I've never been to any of those. It was a wonderful trip. That video I did make will be shared on the Andre Salazar Art Hub. So we have the Art of Comics and the Art Hub. Art Hub is more focused on how-tos, drawing demonstrations, painting, fine art, that kind of stuff. This is the art business of comics, things like that. I separated those two out just a little bit. And so I've been gone. I've been on some trips. I am now working on, there was the Ventura Fair. I had some paintings over there, working on that. And now we've got what's called the Art Walk, which is another like kind of thing here locally. I'm working on some of my own independent comics on my Patreon. You can see Weekend Warriors is a comic I work on there, which is actually free right now. You just go to the Patreon, sign up as a member. And I got some paintings I'm working on. There's one there, a bunch here. And so that's what's going on. Oh, by the way, I had COVID. Never had COVID ever before. First time COVID guy, 4 years, thought I dodged it. And either I got it in Yellowstone from a bison or at the fair or someplace. But yeah, I got COVID and that was a freaking bummer. It just knocked me on my butt for about a week. I lived 4 or 5 days, but I'm better and I'm ready to rock and roll. I got my yukata I got from Japan, and so I'm kicking some ass. So today, we're gonna just do some quick. I have a stack of comics, not a lot. I haven't read a lot, but I'm gonna read some and share with you my thoughts. I got some other magazines and things maybe we'll share as well. So we'll do some of that kind of stuff. We'll talk about comics, like other things we love, all that kind of stuff. So good to do this. This is kind of therapeutic for me too. Sometimes you buy a comic at a thrift store. Where did I buy this? I think I bought this at the fair actually. Sometimes you buy a comic for the cover. You're like, oh, dude, Howard Chaykin. We have thoughts on him. We know him. David Tishman. We know him. He worked with Howard on a book called Bike Club for Vertigo, blah, blah, blah. And this is Arthur Adams, one of my favorite illustrators, right? Yeah, let's get it. So you get this book, and you're like, yeah, excited. And then you start to read it. And the excitement goes down a little bit. And then down a little bit more. And then down a bit more. And then you realize that... I spent a quarter for it, and maybe that's what it's worth for me right now. I love loving things. I don't love to say negative of the living. And there's a lot of skill in this too. So we're not going to just shit talk this book, but let me turn the camera over. We'll share with you some thoughts. And actually, now that I'm looking at it again, it's fun. The illustrations are fun. And we'll talk about it. Let's do this. Are you ready? Okay. This channel, I just want to let you guys know the idea of this channel. This channel is... really, in my vision, it's an educational channel. Okay, there is a maybe 20% entertainment, maybe, but the idea is to learn and to grow and to share things that we feel have value, artistic value, creative value. And if you want to use those skills and talents and ideas in your own creative process, then great. If not, that's fine too. Some people just like to talk about art and stories, things like that. That's the way I talk about those things. I'm passionate about them, okay? I'm 50 years old. That's right, despite my looks. And, this is what I like. So, I'm not going to just take a big dump on this book, nor these creators. Howard, consummate professional. David, don't know him. I'm sure he's professional. Philip Bond, skills, okay? Not going to say nothing bad. Let's just talk about the work. Arthur Adams, great cover, definitely drops you in. This is number 1, so you're like, oh, sweet, I want to get this book. I love apes, I love babes, boom, right? But what is the tone? Well, one thing I will say great about these guys, and I don't know how Chaikin and Tishman, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Tishman work. I don't know if it's like one guy plots it, one guy does the dialogue. I don't know. I would assume they go back and forth. Maybe Chaikin has more of a hand in the overall plotting and story. Maybe Tishman is more of a dialogue guy. I don't know. So let's just put it at both their feet, the story. One thing I think they do well is they set up the tone of the story right away. And that's not necessarily what I wanted when I read this, but that's the story. So there you go, right? Angel and the ape model behavior. Boom. We start off with, we see her in her undies, trying to figure out what to wear. And right away, we're kind of getting an idea of what the tone is. The kind of cute, sexy, sassy kind of story with some jokes and puns thrown in there. Let's just talk really quickly about the art. Philip Bond, this was in 2001, so this is, 23 years ago. I actually think the style of art is totally still fine. I think I like the art that was done in the 80s, 90s, 2000s, even more so than maybe in the 2020s. So I ain't got a problem with that generally. It's not necessarily... it's not Arthur Adams, right? This gives a film noir, in every way, including the silhouette of the blinds, film noir feel, right? This is Chinatown, right? This is screwball comedy, right? And I do like Phillips, like the way I like his shapes and the way he simplifies shapes, kind of like a Toth type of way, an Alex Toth. I'm sure Philip likes Toth a lot. I do like that. I do like the way he's designing the page with these outlet panels. These are nice. And this is all very cool. Just wasn't feeling the story itself, right? She's looking through the dress. She's got the different ideas, I do like that face. Again, I think Philip is doing what he needs to do to tell the story. And when your story is comedic, I think that does influence the style of work you're going to do and the style of art. So I think it works on that. See, I'm saying all these positives now. I guess I didn't like it when I was reading it because I just don't think it's funny or really that interesting. But I like what's happening with the art. Specifically, I think I like Ape, the ape dude. She's down and out. She needs money. They're trying to find money. It's just one of those kind of classic stories of looking for money, being a PI, getting caught up in some kind of caper. And this is just part 1, right? Maybe if I read all 4 or 6 of this story arc, I would say, oh, this has got a really cool idea and this really works well and everything. But it doesn't inspire me at the time. How much was this? $2, $3? $3. It just doesn't inspire me to keep going, with it. There is a little bit of sex, you know, of course there's some sexiness to it. It almost feels like an episode. It's very much those kind of procedural, you know, which Chaykin was into, I think, at the time. These kind of TV show, you know, Columbo procedural type shows, you know, where there's a murder, there's a mystery, there's a crime. They get involved in some sort of, you know, different world, and this is in the fashion world. Have little adventures. You know, it's got a little cute sexiness to it, but it just doesn't. It's not strong enough one way or the other. And there are a couple things here. This is maybe not the best here. This rendering here, some of it is feels he is a little weak. But yeah, I think that's all I need to say about it. Yeah, didn't care for the dialogue or the story. I think the art is serviceable. Kind of sexual jokes, you know, jokey, but not really, I don't think that good. But what are you doing? And here's like, okay, it's the crime, right? We start to see Bambi's murder and stuff. Yeah, there you go. Okay, we'll keep it short and sweet. Angel and the Ape, you know, a quarter, dude. You can't go wrong with a quarter. It was an experience. I made a video out of it. It's not going in the bin. Take care, guys. Bye.